Hey guys, how's it going? So we're gonna do a quick video today on a do-it-yourself Euro mount of this Blacktail that I took last fall. Now I'm not an expert at taxidermy, far from it. In fact, this is my first attempt at a Euro mount or taxidermy of any kind whatsoever. And there's lots of really good videos out there from some experts. But I find experts tend to take some things for granted and gloss over certain details. So I thought it might be helpful for people to see somebody go through this for the very first time. So essentially what we're gonna do first is just using the knife, we're gonna totally dress down the skull of the deer. And then we're gonna use a pressure washer, clean it down even further. Then we're gonna load up some oxy into a pot of boiling water. We'll boil it half an hour or so. Degrease it, and then maybe pressure wash it again after that, depending on if there's any bits left. And then essentially we're gonna mix up a peroxide and water solution and boil it again for another half an hour. We're gonna do some neat things, maybe some electrical tape to cover up the bottom of the horns and some other kind of tidbits that I've picked up from some other videos here and there. So now we'll kick it into some time-lapse stuff and hopefully have some fun and end up with a really cool Euro mount. So thanks for checking this out and hope you enjoy. Peace. Okay, so first step's done. I got all the hide off the skull. Big lesson here, take this out of the freezer more than 2 hours before you plan on doing this, because it was still pretty frozen and that definitely did not make that any easier. I'm trying to think of like things I could have done better. I'm not sure how I feel about this Havilon. I had to be pretty finicky. But in the same breath, it also saved me from like jabbing a thicker knife into the skull and doing damage to what I hope will be, you know, a good looking skull up on the wall. So next time I might try a different knife and see how I feel about that. Overall though, that wasn't that bad. Took me half an hour and got all the hide off. I'm sure there's guys who can do it way faster than that. Next, I'm gonna have to take out the eyes, clean out the nasal cavities. I know there's these ducts here that need to be cleaned out, and I'm gonna have to detach the back of the skull. So, gonna have a coffee and take a 5-minute break, get back at her. All right, all done. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. It took me about 4 hours altogether. There's definitely some lessons that I learned. I'll have a think on that and probably add to this video a little bit later on, but everything stayed intact. It's nice and white. Didn't bleach the antlers. So I think I'm gonna do some reading up and figure out how I should treat this with like a gloss or like a finish, like a preservative, so it stays the same. And I'd also like to look at potentially staining and preserving the antlers. Yeah, overall, Super fun project. Thanks for checking it out. Stay tuned for more.